Welcome to San Marcos, Texas, home of the Texas State Bobcats, a place widely known as one of the continuously inhabited sites in America, and we expect our crowd to continually inhabit and make their presence known in this game. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. The Golden Eagles will kick it away to start. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bobcats offense takes the field for the first time today. Here he comes, and obviously a defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to pass, it's Dugan. Looking to scramble. Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage. So already a challenge on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Man, you can't draw it up any better than that. First possession, force a 3rd down. You want to shut the home crowd up, sack the quarterback, create some momentum. Now you're getting the football back to your offense, probably with great field position.
So the Southern Mississippi Golden Eagles offense will get the ball for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
On second down, he's looking downfield. Got it in the middle, it's Dalton. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? From the gun, wants to pass. Tight end finds a soft spot. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. And the Golden Eagles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Snags it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Miss.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. You got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Working the middle, it's complete.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Looking for a man, it's Dugan. He finds his man. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Wants to throw on first down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there. Let's see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 48. He's not afraid to go deep. And he's got it! Touchdown, Bobcats!
This quarterback really does a nice job seeing the field and reading coverage. And when you go empty and you spread the defense out, it's easier to see what the defense is doing.
And the extra point is good. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the finisher coming on a touchdown pass from 52 yards out. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Southern Mississippi has it back, and the Golden Eagle offense headed to the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Bob.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Second down coming up. He'll pull it on the read. Still on his feet at the 45.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play. First down.
Out of the gun to give to the back. At the 35, he's open. They'll bring him down, but not before he put people in the spin cycle.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
They'll put the tight end in motion. They'll ride the hot hand. Not a lot there. Picks up one inside the 20 to the 19.
Now that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here.
And the defense, Abe, got him at the 27.
And that's a great job by this defense. You don't care about yards anymore. Yards are arbitrary. Let them drive down the field, so be it. You want to keep touchdowns off the board, and they might have just done that with a sack right there.
They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. Between the uprights, it's good. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Rutgers is just getting blown off the field right now there in Jersey. And at this rate, I'm not sure this won't get worse. They're trailing by 14 to Michigan State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll start this drive with a pass. Caught over the middle. It's Jenkins. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there.
Looking deep down the right side. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
First down to start the drive after the break. To the ground with the back. He gets it across the 25 to the 24, give him 5 on the carry.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. To the air, it's Dugan. Firing to the right, complete. Tackled immediately after the catch.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And the Bobcats look to do some damage in the red zone. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Really nice job on third down by this offense. This offense has struggled on third downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it third and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
From the shotgun, the inside give. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Snapped it in the shotgun. And there is nothing doing on that one. You got the completion and nothing else to show for it. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to the end zone. And he'll sail it way too far for everybody.
Well, that was just inches away from being a touchdown. He tried to get his feet down. There was a little toe tap, but just couldn't stay in bounds.
3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas State. Boy, it didn't look pretty at first, but it wound up being most effective.
And that's the problem with these guys. These quarterbacks, it's not the first play you have to play. You have to play the second play, the third play, because they just keep extending it and making plays. And then the next thing you know, you look up, and the dude's hitting his head on the goalpost.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Southern Mississippi ready to send that offense back onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But you got to do a great job game tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Got his man downfield. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
And this defense is going to have their hands full, because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Splits the uprights. It's good.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
Southern Mississippi, 13.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
To the air, it's Dugan. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
That is just great total defense on that play. First off, you get pressure, you get to hit the quarterback. But 2, you've got the intended target double covered. There was no way the offense was coming up with a completion on that play.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires downfield. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And this QB's got to find his rhythm. Like, he's out of sorts right now. He's out of sync. The ball's not coming out on time. The ball's not in rhythm. The receivers and quarterbacks and tight ends have got to get on the same page, man. This offense has got to get something going positive because they've just been struggling through the air.
Southern Mississippi has it back, and the Golden Eagle offense headed to the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker, who is so important to this team.
Quickly complete. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. He's looking to throw it. Feeling some heat. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. Whatever the fastest tempo they have is, that's what they'll use. On 2nd down, looking to throw. They're trying to get to him. They get to him as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next counting. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Got his man to the left. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Yeah, he was able to make one guy miss, but he had to make 2 in order to pick up that 1st down. It was a nice individual effort, just not enough.
So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. No good. And guys, not only a miss, but a missed opportunity to take the lead. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what...
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And the DB right with him to knock it away. That incompletion leads to 2nd down and 10. Dropping back, it's Dugan. Trying to get to it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
A loss of 7 yards on the
This
play.
is a 3rd and long.
Third down.
Gonna run it. It's Jenkins. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Bobcats will punt this one away. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Fair catch called for and made. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Bobcats will kick it off to start the second half.
Southern Mississippi, 13.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Southern Mississippi ready to send that offense back onto the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
The offense sets up shop at the 46 on first down. He'll do it himself.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Yeah, and these halfbacks, man, they're wide receivers now. They do so much work in practice now with the wide receiver group, and you can see it there. Sells like he's going outside, sticks.
Deep shot for the end zone. Fires the pass. Intercepted.
Who says defensive backs don't have hands? Nice job breaking on the football and making the catch. A lot of times you see guys swat it down, and you see them trying to catch it. It looks like they have 2 left hands. Defensive backs don't catch real well. Nice job breaking on the football. Nice job securing the INT and actually catching it.
Fires one high and deep. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up. Offense in an empty set. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Crosses the 30. He's got away. They finally corral him, and he turns that into a big gain and a first down. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Handoff from the gun. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Takes the handoff. It's Jenkins. Oh, that move is going to leave them dizzy.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Finds his big tight end. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. Don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And it wasn't lack of effort by the running back. He was trying. You could tell he fought one guy off, but another guy in his face right away, just trying to do something. The offensive line needs to do a better job keeping some guys off this guy. Come on, man. Take care of your running back.
They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down.
He's got such good awareness in the pocket. He does a good job of feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep your eyes downfield, but he sees an opening, and if he sees an opening, he's got the ability to go get it and get a first down.
Fires to the tight end.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of back tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
To the air. It's Dugan. He looks that one in nicely. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Texas State. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, at least, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. It didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Southern Mississippi has it back, and the Golden Eagle offense headed to the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Plays like that put just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use the great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
The Golden Eagles will snap it on 1st and 10. Grabbed behind the line, it's Simmons. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Offense gets set for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Grabbed over the middle, it's Reed. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. That's the end of the quarter. Texas State has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. Just inside the 35, 1st and 10 from the 34. From the gun, running back gets the give. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
White going to attack through the air. Got the quick pass. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And he unleashed the RPMs on that pass. Man, this sophomore has an arm. And the Golden Eagles have pushed it inside the 20. Hand off from the shotgun. Gets it inside the 10, picks up a yard. They'll mark it at the 9. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. Caught behind the line. It's Gray. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the 1st without scoring. From the gun, wants to pass. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And the defense is there to stop him short of the first down. And here we go, down the score. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. On the move. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
And tackled there by the defense.
And ball security at this point is at a premium for this offense. You're backed up in your own end. You've got the lead, so you want to be able to run the football and stay on the field, bleed the clock. But you know the defense is going to be ripping away at it, right? They're going to be trying to get hats to the football and forcing a fumble. So whoever's got the ball has got to have 2 hands on it this drive.
They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Quickly to the tight end.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Let's see what they've got on second down. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
All right, so I know the defense is going to be aggressive, right? They got their stop. They forced a third down. How aggressive does the offense want to be in response? Because if I throw the football, get a first down, I can run this clock almost out. This defense has to make a choice, but this offense, how aggressive do you want to be?
And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
And every possession later in the game means so much more. You start getting the fourth quarter, 1-possession games, QB drops back and makes these first downs. These extra set of downs now become so much more important late in these ball games.
Leaves it with the back.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
They're in control. The clock is their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. Movement here from the tight end. Going with the ground game left. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. 3rd and short coming here right from the midfield stripe. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the right. Racing to the right. The 10. Touchdown, Bobcats. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, you know, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take advantage.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis.